Welcome to Homesteading the Pioneer Way. Well, today I am cleaning up my soap mold. I've got two of these that I have made. They're just, I just made them out of some scrap wood that I had laying around. And I hinged them together. You can see two hinges right there. And what you do is just, and I have lined it with shelf paper, that sticky shelf paper. And I put hinges, two hinges here. Let me see if I can do this. And then you bring the ends up. I cannot do things with one hand, as you all know. But anyway, that's my soap mold. It will hold 3.5 pound, maybe 5 pound. I can't remember. I do like 3 pounds of soap at a time. So I think this will hold 3 pounds and the other one 3 pounds. So I make about 6 pounds at a time. But anyway, this is just, I just used scrap wood that I had. And I take this bungee cord and I wrap it around it and hook it together. Let me pause you and I'll show you what that looks like. If I can pause you. Sometime I can, sometime I can't. Well, it don't look like it's going to pause. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. Let me lay it down. Okay. There, I got it. Anyway, I just put this around it. As you can see, you could make a lot bigger one. Just keep feeding it through there. But this is my soap mold that I will pour my soap in. Let it sit overnight, covered up. This is all my things that I make soap with. You gotta have gloves and all kind of measuring cups. This little one I do my lye in. And then I mix my lye in this with my water. And then I've got sea salt for a natural exfoliating soap. I've got tar. It's pine tar for that's good for eczema and psoriasis and all kind of things if you have problems with that. I've got all my oils underneath. I got lard. I've got olive oil. I've got all kind of things. I use several different oils. The only thing I haven't got out here is my essential oils that I put in last. This is a pot I'm going to be making it in. This is my recipe, and this is where I'll lay my utensils once it's gotten, you know, oil and lye and everything, where I stir and everything. I'll put it over there. But anyway, I'm getting ready to make soap. I wish I had a decent camera. I wish I had a stand. I wish I could show you how I make soap. But as usual, I will tell you. All I do is measure out my lye. Like I said, my lye with this, my water with this. In here, I put my water, and then I add my dry lye. You always put dry lye to the water. Never water to the dry lye. And I mix that up real good till the crystals are dissolved. Which this is my lye crystals, and you must wear gloves. It's a good idea to wear goggles also because of the fumes. But I do it outside. And I like to do it in the fall just before it gets just really cold. And I make enough to last through the winter. And then I'll make some in the spring to last to the fall. And that's the way it rolls here on Homesteading the Pioneer Way. This is going to be called a cold process soap. So when I get the lye mixed up, first thing I'll do is add my oils in here. My lard, my olive oil, my coconut oil, all that stuff. And So all my oils go in here, and then I mix my lye and my water, and then I pour my lye and my water in here. And the lye gets up to about 200 degrees. Now, a lot of people will melt their oils, their lard, whatever they're using, the coconut oil, because it gets solidified, as you know. And coconut oil will liquefy at room temperature, but of course lard won't. So instead of, I do things the Pioneer way. Instead of melting my oils, I just put my oils in here, put my lye in it, and that lye is going to get up to 200 degrees. So it is going to, as I stir it, it is going to melt my fats. When I get my fats melted, I put everything else that I want in it. If I want to make soap for one thing or another, depending on what kind you're making, and I make lots of different kinds. And you mix it all up together, and then I will take a whisk. A lot of people use a stick blender, but I do things the Pioneer way, like I said. So I take my whisk, and I just whisk it and whisk it and whisk it. Of course, it takes an awful long time doing it that way, but that's the Pioneer way. And once it thickens, so it looks like pudding, they call that trace. Then you mix anything else you want with it, like I'll put vitamin E in it. I will put other oils that is beneficial for your skin. Like sometime I will put grapeseed oil in it, or olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. A little bit of that, a little bit of grapeseed oil, a little bit of almond oil, just whatever your oils that you want to do for your skin. And any scent that you want, put whatever scent that you want, and also whatever essential oils is going to be beneficial for your skin. Now, I don't use fragrance. The scents that I'm talking about is the essential oils. And whatever the essential oil is that you want the bar to be, whether it's an acne soap or a insect repellent soap or an anti-aging soap or whatever, just a basic bar to wash your clothes with or bathe with, without any scents, an essential oil or anything. I do just a lye soap for that, because a lot of people are sensitive to scents. A lot of people are allergic to different things. So, and I do sell my soaps. So anyway, after I put, it comes to trace, I will put whatever else essential oils and things in that I want. And then I will take this and pour it into my mold. Once you pour it in your mold, you kind of shake it to make sure it levels out and gets any bubbles out. Then I cover it and let it sit for 24 hours. And then I will open this up, let it fall down. I will take it out and put it on the table. And I don't have my slicer out here, but I have got a slicer. If I could pause my phone, I could go get it and show you. But I've got a slicer that I put the bar in, and one whack, I have 15 bars cut. Now, when I first started making soap, I really did the Pioneer way. I used a knife and a homemade wooden thing that I made, and it was open on this end and open on this end, and I would just push it up, and I would slice one slice at a time with a knife. Then I graduated to a cheese slicer, but you could still just do one slice at a time with a cheese slicer. It was a little wooden cheese slicer. And then when I got the money, I bought this really nice soap cutter, and a lot of them only do 10, well, one did 8 bars, one did 10 or 12 bars, and they were like $300, like something like that, and I couldn't afford them. But then I made this, and it's about 15 inches long, so I can get 15 bars out of this. Well, I was looking online for soap cutters, and I found one company that had a soap cutter that would cut 15 bars, and it was just a few dollars more than the one that would only cut 8 or 10 bars. So I saved up my money. It was $300 and something dollars, and this was years and years and years ago. I don't know what they are now, but it was 300 and something plus tax and shipping and handling, and I bought it, and that has made life a lot easier here on the homestead. So that's what I'm going to be doing. When this cures for 24 hours, I will open it up. I will take the bar out. I will put it on my soap cutter. I will cut it, and then you let it cure. The cold process, you let it cure for 4 weeks, and then it is considered soap. It's hard enough to last, and the lye is dead. There is another process that I do when I need soap and I need it quick. It's called hot process soap, where you just put it in your kettle and you cook it. You just cook it over a fire, over gas or a pot over a fire, and you can even cook it in a crock pot on low until it does the saponification, which it will come into a gel stage, and then it'll turn back opaque. And when it does that, it's pretty much done, and the lye is pretty much gone. And then you put all your essential oils and your whatever else you want to do in it, and pour it in your molds. Let it set 24 hours. Then you cut it, and that hot process soap, you only have to let it cure, set up and dry out for about 4 days, and then you can use it or package it and ship it, because in 4 days it is cured enough that it'll be hard enough to use. Of course, the longer you let it set, the harder the bar is going to be, and the longer it will last. But in 4 days, it's ready to be used. So I do that when I'm in a hurry. But if I'm not in a hurry, I will just do the cold process and wait 4 weeks. So that's what's going on in the homestead today. I am fixing to get my soap made. And when I get it made, I will do another video, maybe showing you how to cut it. And then I'll show you again the soaps after I've got it ready. So that's what's going on in the homestead today. This is Homesteading the Pioneer Way, saying keep homesteading. Well, it's not pausing. Sorry about that.